Hello, my name is Karina Mella Cortez, and welcome to my presentation, Social Ecology and Access to Postpartum Health Resources. This research was produced on behalf of the Maternal and Child Integrated Wellness Program to develop a system aimed to benefit postpartum recovery. As organizers of maternal health programs, it is imperative that we study the information-seeking needs and behaviors of postpartum women, not just on a professional level, but also on a personal one. That is because postpartum women seek, absorb, and apply information based on an emotional sense of trust. Loudon's 2016 study of everyday information seeking needs of first time mothers shared the importance of trust and considered it the most substantial factor affecting source selection and application of information. As organizers of the medical field, we must guide users through the rapid influx of health content, as discussed in Loudon's 2016 research, by developing supportive, interconnected systems that are easy to navigate, based on medically accurate information, and provide supportive resources. There are three essential needs that must be addressed. They are postpartum needs, postnatal needs, and social needs. Postpartum and postnatal needs are not limited to daytime office hours, and therefore we must also contemplate possible solutions, which Dole highlighted in a 2022 cross-sectional study of information seeking during the postpartum period. They discussed the importance of accessible online regulated communities that foster positive information exchange. Postpartum women are also in search of social support systems, such as family and other postpartum women. According to group responses in Loudon and Buchanan's 2016 study, there was a consensus in valuing experiential knowledge of mothers in addressing multiple information needs. Within the same study, women revealed the fear of being judged, and therefore these social interactions eased the fear of stigma experienced within medical institutions. According to Buchanan and Jardine's 2023 study of disadvantaged first-time mothers, women reported stigma as a barrier due to negative impacts following institutional mistreatment, which made them feel inadequate and caused them to stop interacting with health professionals. Some mothers even stated that they feared being reported to child protective agencies for voicing concerns. Another barrier was education. Guillory's 2014 study on social support and its influence on information-seeking behaviors of the user group revealed that those who attained higher education were more proficient in navigating and accessing medically accurate materials through accredited resources. Namala's 2025 study concluded the same, that education influenced information seeking of relevant and accurate content. Guillory's study also highlighted how perceived social support, another potential barrier, was a motivational factor in seeking medically accurate information and institutional health resources. Therefore, without the education or support, mothers are left with little resources. Fortunately, because barriers are mainly environmental, developing an interconnected environment of supportive structures is a possible solution. Although the medical community can be the first point of contact for resources, providing supportive community alternatives such as postpartum doulas, La Leche League locations, mental health supportive sources, local mommy and me hours, stroller walks, and social events are all possible solutions for face-to-face, experiential, and positive informational exchanges. To address the lack of access during those late night information seeking moments, free medically approved apps or websites, as suggested by Guerra Reyes' 2016 study of postpartum information seeking using mobile phones, could be developed. Within these sites or apps, FAQs, direct links to peer-reviewed journals on postpartum health and prenatal care, condensed infographics, regulated groups for moms to share their questions, and chats connected to medical institutions could all be useful. Price's 2017 study on the online information-seeking habits of first-time mothers emphasized how online discourse can be used to satisfy information seeking within the community when regulated. Postpartum women should also be given the power to make their own decisions once given the information provided. There is a power dynamic between health professionals and patients that can make women feel powerless or relinquish their ability to trust their maternal instincts. Price examines this and shares how it is harmful in their ability to confidently care for themselves and their infant. It's also harmful in our ability to connect with our patients while properly addressing their physical, mental, and social needs. Two theories are applicable to the information behaviors of postpartum women, and the first explains why it is important that health professionals improve their approach. Chapman's information poverty theory of 1996 examines the individual as perceiving themselves devoid of outsider knowledge and fearful of risking exposure to outsiders. They develop self-protective barriers against those they feel hold political or economic power, such as health professionals. They are also selective in incorporating information because postpartum women must feel safe in knowing that we truly have their best interests at heart. This leads them to taking risks, as demonstrated in Buchanan's study, where women risked unregulated and potentially toxic online forums over using and applying resources from medical institutions. This is why, due to the cultural and social elements explaining why they withhold knowledge and mistrust institutions, we must be ready to refer them to informal, trustworthy, supportive sources. The other applicable theory is Cothal's information search process. Although initially applied in an educational setting, ISP was regularly practiced by postpartum women. Ashton's 2018 research on how postpartum women navigated and negotiated information and support concluded that those who did not have educational, economic, and social support barriers were able to access relevant and accurate data. According to Guillory's 2014 research, they applied their knowledge of accessing reputable resources such as journal articles over blogged content and regularly accessed medical FAQs when a query presented itself. They also cross-referenced information from personal interactions with health professionals and peers. ISP as a theory that takes into consideration the emotional reasons for information seeking was fitting and able to properly be utilized by the user group because they're seeking information that is personable and comes from a source that makes them feel cared for. In conclusion, accumulated research suggests that because of the emotional connection postpartum women must have towards seeking information, their acceptance of information, and choice of sources for information, that empathy should be considered essential. Referring the community to settings that are also trustworthy within an interconnected network of organizations and events can be used to share medically accurate information. We aim to meet women along their postpartum journey, not to pressure them to conform under institutions. We are simply one branch of support, one choice among other reliable resources. Thank you for your time. I look forward to your questions and comments.